Hello, and welcome to this co-op information session for students in the BBA Math and BBA Computer Science double degree program. My name is Teresa McLaughlin, and I'm a co-op coordinator here at Laurier, and part of my role is supporting our double degree programs. Co-op program for students in the BBA Math and BBA Computer Science double degrees with University of Waterloo and Wilfrid Laurier University is a mandatory component of your degree. You must complete all co-op requirements to graduate in these double degree programs. Participation in co-op allows students to gain hands-on experience to complement your studies and gain 12 to 16 months of experience through 3 or 4 work terms. Co-op students at Laurier are given personal attention by a coordinator who will support them during their job search and during their work term. If you are entering year 2 of your double degree program this fall, your first work term will be in winter of 2024. Students are also enrolled in the co-op fundamentals course, which provides academic credit. There are many benefits to participating in co-op. Students have the opportunity to investigate different career opportunities and apply theory from class in a real-world work environment. Students are also able to assess and develop work-related skills and acquire job search skills. Through participation in the speaker series module of the fundamentals course, as well as while being on work terms, students have the ability to network and develop industry contacts. In addition to obtaining professional work experience, all co-op jobs are paid and will help finance your education. There are some realities to be aware of as well. There is a financial commitment to participation in co-op. Students pay co-op fees, which I will slightly discuss in more detail shortly. And while co-op employment rates have been relatively strong over the past few years, the economy can change at any time, which can make securing employment a challenge. There's no guarantee of employment, and that can be especially challenging for students on their first work term. Many students will need to relocate for their work term. As we'll see later, many students secure roles in the GTA. And because students will be off campus on work terms, which are typical study terms, extracurricular activities may be limited. Co-op students are not allowed to request vacation time while on a work term. And finally, co-op will add to your workload, both through participation in the fundamentals course, as well as the recruiting process for each work term. There are 3 work study sequences that students will select from for their 3rd and 4th work term. You will be provided more details about the options in the fall of 3A. Here's option A, and it only has 3 work terms, 2 winter, then a spring after 4B. As you can see, the fees are applied to the term prior to your work term with a double fee ahead of the first work term because we start working with you in advance of that term. Option B is the most common sequence students select with 2 winter work terms followed by 2 fall work terms. And option C requires special permission because students must specifically acknowledge that they are committed to completing the 4th work term, because one of the requirements in co-op is that you cannot complete all co-op work terms in the same term. So the fall work term is going to be mandatory to meet your co-op requirements. While BBA Math and BBA Computer Science students who are entering year 2 in the fall are automatically admitted to co-op, the process to secure employment is competitive. You will be provided with more detailed information on each step of the process through the co-op fundamentals course, but here's a brief overview. At the beginning of the recruiting cycle, jobs are posted through our online system called Navigator. Students review and apply to the jobs that interest them. Employers review the student applications, which usually include a cover letter, resume, and transcript, and the employer will then decide who they wish to interview. During the primary round of recruiting, job offers are managed through the rank match process. Students will attend a module on the co-op on the rank match process through the fundamentals course, and that will clearly outline all the processes. In addition to applying to jobs through Navigator, students are also strongly encouraged to conduct a personal job search to supplement. Our rank match period may be scheduled during the fall reading week. Students must be prepared to review and submit rankings on time during this period. I mentioned earlier that all co-op work terms are paid opportunities that can help finance your education. And this chart shows the average salary scales for first work term students across several industries, including government, financial institutions, accounting, and capital markets. This chart shows the many types of jobs BBA Computer Science and BBA Math double degree students work in. Many of the students in these programs will pursue technical roles, including software development, while others will pursue jobs in the functional areas more related to business, including sales, marketing, and supply chain, while others still will work in fields that blend both programs, like the actuarial and business analysts. In terms of job location, as you can see from this chart, more than 50% of students will work in the GTA. Many students will work in Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, and Guelph area, and to a lesser extent, some students will work in other areas of Ontario, out of the province, and internationally. Here's a snapshot of some titles for jobs for BBA and computer science jobs, as well as the employers. Employers are from a variety of industries, including technology, banking, accounting, consumer packaged goods, consulting, and insurance. There are also a variety of jobs for the BBA Math students. Students have worked in many industries, including insurance, banking, capital markets, and consumer packaged goods, and in many different roles, including risk analyst, accounting, sales intern, actuarial, and many more. Our co-op policies and requirements are outlined in our co-op admission conditions, which students will agree to upon admission to co-op. They're also available in the co-op fundamentals course, but a few of our specific policies are highlighted here. Students must be available during the primary rank match round of recruiting for interviews on campus, as some employers do choose to interview in person. Students must accept any position they secure through the rank match process. If you apply to jobs in the rank match process, you are committing yourself to the outcome of the process. Students are required to participate fully in the co-op fundamentals course, job posting process, work term visits, and work term reports, as well as back to campus meetings. Please be sure you are using your Laurier email account and checking it regularly for messages from our office. This is a primary mode of communication we use. We want you to refrain from helping students who are not in Laurier Co-op obtain access to co-op job postings. It's very important to note that co-op students must always be enrolled in full-time studies, which is at least 4 courses each designated study term in order to be eligible for co-op. Students should be aware not to get too far ahead in their studies, such that you do not have a full-time course load remaining towards the end of your sequence. You must maintain that full-time status. Now, you may be wondering how you can prepare now for your first work term. We strongly encourage you to participate in activities that will help build your resume for the competitive co-op job search process. As mentioned, this spring is an off term, so it's a great opportunity for you to secure work and volunteer experiences. Students are also encouraged to participate in extracurricular activities, especially leadership and executive roles. You can find many jobs posted to Laurier students for the summer on Navigator's career portal, as well as through job search websites like Indeed and LinkedIn. This slide is somewhat self-explanatory, but the only entry point for co-op is at the beginning of the fall term in year 2. Students who have withdrawn or who have been removed from the double degree program and who register in just the straight BBA program at Laurier may not continue in co-op unless they are successful in the competitive admission process at the beginning of second year, as it's outlined in the applicable co-op education section of the academic calendar. If you have completed at least 1 work term and you transfer to a single degree co-op program other than the BBA program, you would need to consult with the University of Waterloo's co-op office about your eligibility to continue in co-op. Current fee information can be found on the co-op website. They're paid prior to each work term with a double fee paid the first time you pay. Co-op students, as I mentioned before, co-op students must be enrolled in full-time study, at least 4 courses each academic term, including the term after your last work term. Students should be aware not to work too far ahead in their studies, as you must maintain full-time status even after your final work term. You must return to full-time studies. A leave of absence for co-op can only be approved on an exceptional basis related to a serious medical issue or death in the immediate family. For third-year students, this means taking a leave of absence in the fall for a year and returning in sequence 3A in the fall. During the leave of absence, students may not represent themselves to employers as being eligible for a co-op work term, and a maximum of 1 credit may be taken during each term of a leave of absence. Double degree students who fail to meet progression requirements for year 3 by August 31st must correct any deficiencies by December 31st. Those who fail to meet requirements for 3A in the fall must forego the winter work term for their second term and complete 3A instead, complete 3B in the spring, and complete work term 2 in the fall instead of work term 3, followed by 4A and B in winter and spring, and a final third work term in the fall before 5A and B. We would like all students on a study visa to watch their Laurier email for information from our office regarding applying for your co-op work permit, and to begin the process as soon as you hear from our office, as there can be delays. Finally, rather than seeking information from other sources, I'd prefer that you just reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. You can contact me at the co-op office. My email is right there. Thank you so much for watching. It's great to chat with you, and please reach out. I'm looking forward to working with you. Bye-bye.